Four-car breakout up front with Todd Bodine moving up to that 4th spot. Oh, trouble. One car up and into the fence. It's Jeff Burton in turn 2.
Snake eyes.
Jeff Burton, snake eyes on lap 2. They'll come to the caution to begin lap 3, which for us will be all year a silent lap. Under caution, we'll pick up with Jeff Burton, who has come to the pit lane. Heavy damage to the left rear of his Ford.
Yeah, it's going to take away any chance he got to win, and they may be able to get the car beat out here, prepared to get back out. But no, he's going straight to the garage. Just see what happened to him. Just up in that outside groove, and the car wobbles a little bit, and around she goes. I mean, the car was just extremely loose. Larry probably had a couple of spring rubbers laid up in that right rear, and that's not good on the start.
Nobody near him. It just come around with him. You know, could be the low air pressure. These guys run real low air pressure to start of a race because it builds so much. That could have been what bit him here in the early part.
Yeah, you can watch the car, and there's nobody.
Jason
really,
Leffler in 01 just barely getting by.
Yeah, he didn't make any contact. So car just comes around, and that's heavy damage, and they took it straight to the garage. He didn't even stop in the pit.
I turned around, and I don't ever turn around, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm driving a car. There's only one person driving the car. I don't know what to do when you're driving slow in a big pack and you just spin out. I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, the good news is it's okay, but last week at Rockingham, he slapped the wall, and again, trouble today.
7th place battle, a good one, but now Ron Hornaday backing up.
Yeah.
And in the wall, one car spinning at turn 2, slam in the wall. Rusty Wallace, another of the favorites.
I think there must be oil in the turn over there.
Well, Ricky Craven, here comes Craven around to the caution again, still out on the racetrack.
Isn't that 2 and 12?
That's teammates, 12,
yeah,
Jeremy Mayfield, 2 and Rusty
12.
Wallace.
And they're torn up big time.
Now first, Brett Bodine spun and hit the wall. That brought out the caution. And then in turn 2, Wallace and Mayfield spun up into the wall.
Yeah, I think there's oil on the racetrack. There's no question about it.
And what a day for Rusty Wallace. He come in here, even though it's early, as our points leader.
Yeah.
Jeremy Mayfield, the 12 car, through the garage this morning. Everybody said, watch the 12 car. He will be the man to beat today.
Well, let me tell you, if there's Craven still going around just smoking like crazy, you got to be losing a lot of oil out of that car. I think you probably see a trail coming out. But let me tell you something about Jeremy. We saw him last year have the fastest car on a number of occasions, and he always seemed to find trouble, and he's found some more today.
All right, this reminds me of that day at Talladega when Neil Bonnet walked back to the garage after the latest of several big wrecks, and I said, well, Neil, you've raced with those fellas. Who do you think's got a shot to win today? And he says the pace car's got a good chance at it.
There's Rusty.
There's Rusty. There you see him getting oil right here, spinning, hitting the outside wall. There's Jeremy. He got clipped by Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car, and he gets into the outside wall.
Yeah.
Jeremy had started 14th, and already he'd come up to 8th place. Now there's Brett Bodine at turn 4. He was the first car into the wall.
His car just went straight.
Yeah.
You got to believe he hit oil as well.
I think he either hit oil or else he'd already had a tire problem, because that car never even acted like it wanted to turn.
Pit road is open. Most of the leaders elect to stay on the racetrack.
The car's heavily damaged. You can see the left rear tires all bowed in, and the car's torn up big time.
Bill Elliott comes to pit road.
Yeah, he's got wheel marks all down the right side of his car. Man.
I think I made a mistake. I think Bill Elliott's the one in the 9 car that got into Jeremy Mayfield.
Yeah, not Junior, right. We have completed, more or less, 10 laps here at Las Vegas. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. Back at 6th, Jeff Stewart's coming. He's got Nadu and makes the pass for 3rd place.
And you mentioned it in opening. A year ago, if it hadn't been for the rain, that man was probably going to win the race had he not had the rain come or had a problem.
Well, you know what? Doctor Who has probably got his package in there today.
Caution is out, and it's for that debris on the back straightaway. So this will be the third caution of the day, and it comes out at lap 26.
This will be a break for Ricky Rudd. He will get one of his laps made up, and what he'll be able to do, he's been the only car to be a lap down. We go back racing, he'll probably come in and get 4 tires. He'll be able to start at the front of the pack next to Todd Bodine, but we may see the rest of the leaders on pit road since we've run 27 laps.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody will come on pit road. You know, Todd Bodine had trouble in the pits yesterday, I believe, and this is no disrespect to that team, but unless they did a lot of practicing over the winter, this could be his Achilles heel as the day goes on. They got to pick it up in the pit today, boys. Come on, Larry boy.
There you see Jeremy Mayfield doing the Vegematic impression on that, what was a, $400 Goodyear tire?
And I'm seeing a lot of other debris come off the car besides tire. I saw some aluminum come off, so that's probably the biggest reason aluminum's sitting out there.
And Johnny Benson, after pit stops, is the new leader. Dale Jarrett in second. Sterling Marlin is third. Todd Bodine and Michael Waltrip are the top 5 after green flag pit stops. We've completed 94 laps. This is NASCAR on Fox. We're back. We're under caution for a 2-car crash in turn 2. John Andretti, Joe Nemechek. So pit road is open, and the leaders are all right back in.
Yeah, even though they were in just momentarily, just a few laps ago, they're back in there again to get those right sides this time. Get some fresh right sides.
And Johnny Benson leads the pack back off pit road once again. Let's show you what happened to put us under caution as they work to remove John Andretti's car from the turn 2 wall.
I see in Nemechek, they go into the first turn there. They get real close. Oh, you just look at Nemechek. It's just pulling the back end of his car around, and it just keeps pulling it, and they run out of racetrack. Into the wall they go. That's a classic example of taking the air off the guy's spoiler. I mean, that outside car is just pulling that inside car with it, pulling it around. There's nothing the guy on the inside can do.
And what a shame for Andretti. He started 38th in the Petty Dodge and was running 18th.
Well, that's a big hit for both cars. They just get into turn 1, and that's 185 mile an hour in that corner, folks. And that car on the outside, he's got a hold to that one. That air on that car from the outside has got a hold to one on the inside, and it just keeps pulling it. It won't. It can't. There's nothing he can do. He can't gas it. He can't brake it. He can't do anything.
How much of an effect was Kurt Busch right behind Nemechek?
Well, that just adds. It just adds that much more to it. Not only has he got the car on the outside pulling it around, he's got the car behind him taking air away. So he's in that kind of zone where there's nothing he can do. We've seen the lead swap back and forth between 2 or 3 guys here, and most of that is due to what they do to the cars in the pits and the pit stops themselves. Haven't seen a lot of passing on the track, but there've been a lot of racing in the pits.
Is it more often this year just that we're taking more notice of it, that the drivers who come in first, short pit for a...
Well, we got our car in the wall, turn 3 and 4.
Oh, a hard hit as a car rolls down to the banking, and that is Hut Strickland.
Hut Strickland.
Caution's out for the 5th time today, and he pasted the wall. Earnhardt Jr. to bring the field around to caution. And it doesn't look as if anyone will get a lap back from Earnhardt.
We got about 6 cars that was almost fixing to go a lap down, and they're going to stay on the lead lap.
Ward Burton and Skinner, Kenseth.
Now Strickland coasted around right to his pit stall to make it easier to load that car on the truck.
I don't know. I think he's probably, that's a hard lick in there. I imagine he wanted to get down there so somebody could help him get out of that thing.
A Calera, Alabama driver, Virginia Dunleavy.
If nothing else, it's absolutely knocked the wind out of him, and you can see him moving around in there, and he's going to be all right. But
Bobby Labonte just radioed in, guys, I think the motor has let go. They are scrambling. They're going to try to work their way back to the garage, but this is going to be a tough blow for Bobby Labonte.
Last year, Labonte was only 2 drivers to finish every race. Dale Earnhardt was the other.
Not only did he finish every race, he run all but 9 laps, and that's a lot of laps.
I don't see any smoke. And got a car spinning there. Car 7.
Mike Wallace in the wall. Turn 4. Caution is out. 6th one of the day. Lap 176.
That was a slow spin, and he really just eased it up into the outside wall. He did a pretty good job of hanging on to that thing.
Yeah, but wait till he comes around, Darrell, and you see the angle of the rear spoiler, or what's left of it, on Jim Smith's Ford. Here's what happened to Mike Wallace. Might have been contact from the 44 Buckshot Jones.
I think he may have got a push. Not the good kind either.
Another look at it.
Yeah, he just... And you never know what happened there. I mean, Buckshot obviously got into him, turned him around. But it's so easy, as we saw yesterday, to be in the gas, and all of a sudden the cars start to push or get a little loose. You got to get out of the throttle. The guy behind you doesn't anticipate that, and he'll get into the back of you.
New record for the number of cautions here at Las Vegas. We had 5 in 1999. This is the 6th one today.
Ryan Newman there in that blue and white car took evasive action in the nick of time.
One of the race records we don't like to set.